English Literature, Introduction to Poetry, The Good Morrow by John Donne. Short questions with answers. Question 1. Comment on the tone of The Good Morrow. Answer. In The Good Morrow, a happy tone runs through the different phases. The first stanza suggests surprised tone. We understand that in this stanza, the speaker is happy to discover that he and his beloved are in love. In the second stanza, the tone is confident. Beneath his confidence, there is immense joy. The speaker is so happy that he says, "Let us possess one world, each hath one and is one." In the last stanza, the tone is again happy. The speaker very confidently declares that they have soul's union and their love is immortal. His declaration is saturated with content. Thus, the happy tone passes through surprise, confidence, and saturation. There is no doubt that the happy tone of the poem matches all with the theme of love. Question 2. Write a short note on the seven sleepers. Answer. The seven sleepers in Donne's poem, The Good Morrow, refer to the Catholic legend of seven Christian brothers who slept in cave for 200 years in order to save their lives. During the beginning of Christianity in Rome in the 3rd century, Christians had to face strong adversity from the Roman pagans. Decius, the Roman emperor of the time, ordered to persecute all those who became Christians. The seven brothers were Christians. Their lives were under threat of death. They fled away from their home and took shelter in a cave. It is said that a piece of stone miraculously closed the mouth of the cave. They slept there for 200 years. When they woke up, all the people of Rome became Christians. By the use of this allusion, Donne conveys the idea of subconscious state of mind of the lovers. Question 3. What are the opposing ideas in the Good Morrow? To what effect they have been used? Answer. The Good Morrow presents several opposing ideas: micro versus macro, past versus present, sleeping versus awakening, physical versus spiritual, and mortal versus immortal. Donne has made use of all these contrasting ideas to emphasize the spiritual aspects of love. The micro individuals make a macro couple when they have soul's union. The past was a period of unawareness, but the present is a time of awakening souls. In the past, the lovers' awareness was sleeping like the seven sleepers, but now their souls have awakened to spiritual union. In the past, the lovers had gross physical attraction, but now their love has attained spiritual purity. Earlier, their love was immortal because it was physical, but now it is immortal because it is the union of immortal souls. So the binary oppositions have been used to focus on the spiritual love, which is often called Platonic love. Question 4. What type of poem is The Good Morrow? Answer. The Good Morrow is a dramatic monologue with some variations. It begins abruptly, like a dramatic monologue. A single speaker speaks throughout a dramatic monologue. So does the speaker in The Good Morrow. In a dramatic monologue, a listener is supposed to listen silently to what the speaker says. In this poem also, the beloved listens silently. In a dramatic monologue, the speaker leaves some clues of the presence of the listener. In this poem, the eye contact of the lovers ensures that the listener is present around the speaker. Thus, this poem confirms or conforms to the major features of the dramatic monologue. However, in a dramatic monologue, the poet creates psychological tension which is present in this poem. Moreover, the arguments that the speaker puts forward in this poem are not found in a dramatic monologue. Question 5. What is conceit? Give a list of the conceits used in the good moral. Answer. A conceit is an unusual, strange comparison between two dissimilar things. A good conceit is always thought-provoking and leaves the readers stunned. Donne has used the following conceits in the good moral. Number A, the comparison between the unaware lovers and sucklings. Number B, the comparison between the subconscious lovers and the seven sleepers who slept for 200 years in a cave. Number 3, the comparison between the lovers' micro world with the real world. And number D, the comparison between the two hemispheres and the two lovers. Question 6. Comment on the structure of the good moral. Answer that. The good moral consists of 3 stanzas. Each stanza has 7 lines. The first 6 lines of each stanza are in iambic pentameter. The 7th line of each stanza is in iambic hexameter. In other words, each of the first 6 lines has 10 syllables which are alternately accented, and each of the 7th lines has 12 syllables which are also alternatively accented. The stanza pattern used in the good moral is called rhyme royal. However, there is a variation in it. A rhyme royal consists of 7 lines which are composed in iambic pentameter. The lines rhyme as A B A B B C C. But Donne has used 6 iambic pentameter lines followed by an iambic hexameter line. Further, instead of A B A B B C C, he has used A B A B C C C. It is evident that Donne ignored the Elizabethan structure of rhyme royal and innovated his own structure. Question 7. Show in brief the blending of emotion and arguments in the good moral. Answer. In the metaphysical tradition, Donne has developed the theme of love in the good moral by blending emotion with reason. The 4 questions in the opening of the poem are rational arguments to justify the emotion of newly discovered conscious love. In the second stanza, the speaker's emotional outburst at the saturation of love has been supported by concrete arguments. That the lovers do not need anything else except themselves is an emotional utterance. The emotion has been upheld by the argument that the true love protects the lovers from any other attraction of love. The speaker also argues that finding new countries is the job of the explorer and cartographer, but the lovers are immensely pleased with themselves. Similarly, in the last stanza, the speaker emotionally declares that their love is eternal. To support this high emotion, here goes, whatever dies was not mixed equally. So emotion and arguments go together in this poem. Okay, thank you viewers for watching.